Hi everyone, Jackie Crawford-Ross with RE/MAX Professional Associates. Today, I'm going to be going over how to move up to your next house. So many of my clients today are in a situation where maybe they purchased their first home when it was just them and their spouse. Maybe they bought a cute little ranch and it was 2-bedroom, 1-bath, which was totally fine for them then. But now, 3 kids later, little Timmy and Susie are sleeping in the same room. There are toys everywhere. They can't fit all the bottles and plates in their cabinets. They ran out of space. So they need to purchase the next house that's a little bit bigger. That's what we call moving up to your next property. So many of my clients are truly, they don't know what to do. They're at a standstill. They're like, well, do I need to save up a whole new down payment? Do I buy that house first? And then what do I do with this property over here? I don't know what to do. So I thought I would go over some scenarios that my clients are in so that you can make an educated decision on how you can move up to the next house, okay? So first and foremost, disclosure, everyone's situation is different. So it's always a good idea to have a conversation with myself or a realtor about what you need to do to move up to the next house. Many of my clients need to sell their house before purchasing the next house. So in order to move up, they have to completely sell before they buy. The good thing is you can time that up if you work with a good realtor. You can time that up so that it might even be the same day or maybe a day apart. So how you can do that, there's a couple ways to do that. First is to list your house first and make a disclaimer or disclosure in the listing that the seller has to find suitable housing. So when you accept an offer, that's a signal to the buyer that you need to go find housing elsewhere. So hopefully that allows you to go make offers on other properties. So with that seller knowing that, hey, I already have my house under agreement, I already have the buyer, let me buy your house, okay? So that's one way to do it, is list your house first, go find another house. Another scenario that you might want to consider is actually finding new construction. So new construction in Massachusetts, most of the time, nice little neighborhood or larger homes. So maybe that's exactly what you're looking for. A 4-bed, 2.5-bath colonial, which new construction might fit the bill. The reason that might work out for you is because most builders, I say most, not all, most builders will accept a home sale contingency as long as you put your property under agreement by a certain time. So if you're the type of person that you need to plan, you need to pick, you want to have all your ducks in a row, finding new construction might be the way to go because you can find the property first, then list your house accordingly based on when you need to have it under agreement by. So those are 2 scenarios where if you want to move up to the next house, you might be able to accomplish that. List your house first and or find new construction. Okay, now let's actually go into the money part of how to move up to the next house. So as I mentioned, many of my clients think that you have to have a whole new down payment in order to purchase the next property. That's not necessarily the case. If you were to buy a second home or if you just wanted to have a second property outright, yes, you would need to have a whole new down payment for that property. But most people will use the equity out of their current home to purchase the next home. So what is equity? Equity is essentially your cash in your current property. Think of it as that is your paycheck to buy the next house. So equity for most homeowners, when they bought their first house, they put some sort of down payment down on the house. Then they've been paying off a mortgage, since most homeowners today have a mortgage. In addition to that, because we've had such a wonderful market the past 10 years, most people's properties have appreciated. So add all those three things together, you have a nice kitty to then use as cash as down payment for your next property. Let's go over a scenario of a client of mine that moved up. We sold their home and purchased a new one. So clients bought a small condo right outside of Boston in 2013. At the time, they bought it for $256,000. Their mortgage payment was $1,700 a month, and interest rate was about 4%. Now, fast forward to 2021, they have a child, way too small. I don't know how kids take up so much room when they are so tiny, but they do. So we need something a little bigger. So I was able to identify a new construction neighborhood that fit their price point based on what I knew we could sell their condo for. So as I mentioned, in 2013, they bought their condo for $256,000. In 2021, I was able to sell their condo for $465,000. So almost double what they bought it less than 10 years ago. So because they had owned it for so long, they had paid off quite a bit of their mortgage. They also were able to realize appreciation of the market, and they had their down payment. So bottle all that up, they were able to take more than $250,000 as down payment to purchase their next home. So we knew that they were going to have a significant down payment. And they also, because they, for the past 10 years, have been promoted, got new jobs, they had more income, they could afford up to $3,000 as their mortgage payment. So take your down payment plus what you would qualify for a mortgage. That will ultimately give you what you can purchase as purchase price. So for their scenario, we were able to get them a $650,000 4-bed, 2.5-bath colonial in a brand new neighborhood, and their mortgage payment was $2,700 and their interest rate was 3.2%. So that's just an example of how you can move up. You don't need to save a whole other arm and a leg. Use your existing property's equity to purchase the next place. If you have any questions, please feel free to call, text, or email me. Feel free to comment. Until next time, guys, Jackie Crawford-Ross with RE/MAX Professional Associates.